imagine you're me. A few days ago, you make a video talking about the Download Festival lineup, the second wave of announcements, and go on about the fact that, go on a little bit of a rant about the fact that there's not been any day splits announced. Well, have I got egg on my face because today we've just got the day splits? Let's just get straight into this because let's just waste no time. So there's been no more announced bands. That everything's the same, but we do now have confirmation of the way the festival looks. And this, when we did this video earlier in the week, we talked about how there wasn't really a structure to the festival. We didn't really understand how the day splits were going to work, how the stage splits were going to work, where the clashes were going to be, and stuff like that. And that was kind of what was disappointing. Not the announcement itself, not the bands itself, not the lineup itself, but the way it had been presented. And now, literally, 2 or 3 days later, we now have the full poster lineup. I imagine how it's going to look as the final draft. Now, we did say in that video on Tuesday, it's pretty much the way it's worked out. Jimmy Eat World, Weezer, Green Day on the main stage. That was pretty straightforward. Don Broco, Shinedown, Sleep Token, again, that's what we called. And Spirit Box, Bullet for Valentine, Korn. That's again what we said based on the way that poster was laid out. Some other things that we weren't really suspecting. We now have 4 logo bands on each of the main stages. So Rise Against, Palais Royale, and Meshuggah, which let's just jump ahead. That's Sunday main stage. Orbit Culture, Bleed From Within, Power Trip, Ginger, Meshuggah, Spirit Box, Bullet for Valentine, Korn. That might be the heaviest single main stage at Download Festival ever. So for anybody talking about, Download's gone soft because it's got McFly, and we'll come to McFly in a minute. Just take a look at the Sunday main stage there. Orbit Culture, unfortunately we missed them on the Poison Descendancy tour with Bullet for Valentine and Trivium. Unfortunately we missed them, but they are great. Bleed From Within, yep. Power Trip, yep. Ginger, yep. Meshuggah, yes. Spirit Box, yes. Bullet for Valentine, yes. Korn, yes. That is such an insanely heavy day. You may as well be looking at a Bloodstock announcement there. Obviously, some of the bands might not fit there, but Bullet for Valentine might not fit at Bloodstock. You never know. But that's such an insanely heavy day. And then, so for everybody complaining that download's gone soft or whatever, so let's get onto it. McFly have been given the Busted slot, the third stage headliner on the Friday. Now this is going to be in the tent still. And last year when Busted headlined that third stage in the tent, the queue to get in, the crowd to get into the tent was as big as the crowd inside the tent. And I'm not sure that Download have anticipated just how many people actually want to see McFly as well. Obviously, I know Busted are probably a lot more popular with people at Download, but I think the novelty of having McFly there will still draw people in. People are up for a laugh. People have been saying for years they want a novelty, not like a pop band or pop act or whatever, but how many people have been saying over the years, genuinely saying, we want the Venga Boys at Download, or some stupid, cheesy, not stupid, but some cheesy thing to kind of round it out and make things a little bit more fun. And I think Busted last year was a step in that direction. McFly's probably obviously a little bit further of a step in that direction. And for some people, that's a step too far, and that's completely fair. But I think a lot of people really do, especially people my age, early 30s maybe. People do want to go and see McFly, and I don't think Download have anticipated quite how many people are going to be trying for that. It also makes me really sad that I'm going to have to either leave McFly early to go and see Green Day, who are a band that's been on my bucket list for over half my lifetime, or I'm going to have to miss a little bit of Green Day to see McFly, who's going to be just a lot of fun, just generally a lot of fun. But we've seen McFly before. We saw them do a secret set at Slam Dunk a few years ago. So I think between those, because if we line it up with last year's timings, Busted finished after Queens of the Stone Age started. So yes, they're trying to keep them apart as much as possible, but it's not always possible. Sometimes bands will run over, or sometimes there just physically isn't the time to put all those names in that time bracket. So I imagine Green Day would start about 9:10 as the Friday headliners tend to do, but between 10:02 and 9:10, and you'd imagine McFly would finish somewhere around 9:30. So I'm gonna have to choose Green Day because it's Green Day, But a lot of people might take issue with it being in the tent. So if you do want to go and see them, make sure you get there early to go and see Elliot Minor, actually, because what we did last year was we saw Wheatus before Busted, and that's how we managed to get so close into the tent. Let's have a look at some of the other ones then. So Sex Pistols clashing with in between Shinedown and Sleep Token. Now that's going to be a tough call for a lot of people, but I did say that in the prediction earlier this week. Sex Pistols and Sleep Token are different enough that like a lot of the older ones are going to want to go and see Sex Pistols. A lot of the younger ones are going to want to see Sleep Token. And yeah, I think it makes sense. But for me personally, that's a bit. I'm going to have to pick and choose again. Like, do I leave Sex Pistols early and go and see Sleep Token, or do you miss the start of Sleep Token, as it would probably work? And then the Darkness before Sex Pistols is a pretty good call. I was expecting them to be on before Steel Panther, but possibly the strangest the strangest back to back on this lineup from what I can see is Airborne, Lorna Shore, and then Steel Panther. So all the classic rock fans and all the the kind of not softies, but like people who don't like heavy music. Airborne, Lorna Shore, Steel Panther. Okay, fine by me. But it is a little bit annoying that Lorna Shore are probably going to clash between Spirit Box and Bullet for My Valentine. That is going to be a tough call for a lot of people, I imagine. The main stage. I'm just darting around here. Like, this is in no particular order because things are just jumping out at me. So the main stage on Saturday, Static Dress, yes. Loathe, yes. Finally going to get to see Loathe. Although they'll be on quite early, so it'll be a long day in the arena if we decide to go down for them. Hatebreed, Poppy, yeah, Poppy, Palais Royale, Don Broco, Shinedown, Sleep Token is a pretty good run of bands there. And then you've got, again, I'm just darting around here because things are just jumping out at me. AWOL Nation are going to be probably clashing around the same time as Palais Royale, so that's fine by me. Yeah, Alien Ant Farm, again, clashing with some... I thought Alien Ant Farm might be on the Green Day, because it's kind of like that, that run on. But no, they've got Sim, CKY, Boston Manor, Rise Against, Jimmy Eat World, Weezer, Green Day, which is like all three of these main stages are really good runs. Can't see any issues. There's something for everyone. There's never like a drastic jump between anything. That's going to be quite like 3 fun days there. Miles Kennedy, Underneath Opeth, and Within Temptation. Now, I didn't think Within Temptation were really big enough to headline the second stage because in 2023, and you can't see on the poster there, in 2023 they supported on the second stage Underneath Evanescence, and I kind of thought that's where they'd kind of leveled out a little bit, but clearly I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of touch with the Within Temptation goings on. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have personally put them up there. I would have maybe moved Rise Against down there or something. I don't know. But yeah, again, can't complain. I'll be either at McFly or Green Day for that anyway. But I'm sure Within Temptation fans, and you're gonna have a great time. Apocalyptica in the Dogtooth stage. That's gonna be a fun one. But again, it clashes with Green Day. So there's some actually quite difficult decisions to be making here. Cradle of Filth or Sleep Token or Sex Pistols or Dayseeker. Now, after the last announcement, I went and listened to Dayseeker, kind of on the recommendation of the Dillcam. Please go and watch the Dillcam's video because he talked a lot about Dayseeker and how they were one of his new favourite bands. So I was like, I'm quite curious about this. Why have they been given a logo? And they're actually really quite good. I'd actually like to go and see them if they didn't clash with Sleep Token and Sex Pistols. And yeah, on the Sunday 6th, Kids in Glass Houses. Kids in Glass Houses are probably where you'd expect them to be. 6th, again, yeah, probably where you'd expect them to be. They've headlined that stage before a few years ago. I'm just looking at that Sunday. I'm so happy about that Sunday. Ginger, Meshuggah, Spirit Box, Bullet for My Valentine, Korn. That's all there is to say. But yeah, that's all. I've kind of rambled on a little bit. I wasn't expecting to make this video. We literally got the email about half an hour ago. Let us know in the comments, who are you excited to see? Who are you worried about for your clashes? And yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to get announced. If there are any more bands to be announced, it might just be a couple on the lower stages. I think right now, let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so there are normally 7 to 9 bands on the main stage. So I don't think any more big names are coming. I think it looks like it's going to be set. So let us know down below who you're excited to see, who you're worried about clashing, and hopefully we'll be able to get to see everybody that we want. Please subscribe down below. We've just released a big video about Ozzy Osbourne if you want to go and watch that. Come and join us on Patreon because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. There's something that I'm going to film tonight that will be an exclusive to Patreon for a while. So come and join us there if you want to support the channel. All of our videos are up there, completely ad-free. Anybody who supports there, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We've got a lot of stuff coming up even before festival season, and then once festival season kicks into gear, you best believe we've got lots of stuff coming. So thank you very much for watching, for supporting, for subscribing, and supporting on Patreon if you are able. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Toodles!